Good morning and welcome to the program Perspectives on Invicta 98.9. This morning, Perspectives will be taking a peep at the by-elections and the outcome of it in Sabongari local government of Kaduna State. And we're talking about Zaria where all of this happened. Now, yes, Sabongari, yes. INEC declared that Alhaji Usman Baba of the PDP coasted home to victory with over 9,000 votes, with his closest rival, that's of the APC, Malam Musa coming behind with 7,000 plus votes. Now, the indications of all of this and what this signifies is a telling story about what is happening or what may likely happen come 2021 elections. But again, yes, these are just postulations. These are just public affairs analysts looking at what the outcome of that election may mean for the PDP in Kaduna State. And people are talking about it, and even the APC, I haven't talked to some of its members. Some of them are also in shock about how this all happened. But again, we look at it from the eye of a public affairs analyst, in-house political science, a political scientist, so to say, and in-house, I'm talking about our own Angubali in the house. Angubali, good morning. Glad to have you on Perspectives.
Good morning, Tony. Good morning, listener. Thank you for having me.
Well, for some people, the outcome of that elections in Samugari local government area of in Zaria, Kaduna State, for some people, it came as a shock. And for some other people, it was expected. But again, looking at it and that, with so much that is happening in the state, let me just get you on the outcome of that by-elections in Sabongari local government, Zaria local, in Zaria, Kaduna State.
The election that took place, or that is the by-election that took place last Saturday. First, let's give a background. What informed the by-election? Recall the former speaker, that is Honorable Aminu Abdullahi Shagali,
yes,
a three-time member of the House of Assembly from 2011, re-elected 2015 and re-elected again 2019. He was elected Speaker 2011 to 2015. 2015 to 2019. Then in 2019 again, after his election, he was re-elected Speaker again until they fell apart with the system. And in February 2020, he had to hurriedly resign in a small piece of paper, like a sentence or two sentences. I hereby resign my position as Speaker. One sentence. Why? Because he was under threat. He could have been impeached, so he had to hurriedly resign. So
the post was vacant.
Yusuf Delani, the current speaker, was elected speaker then, and something happened this year. It's more like there were rumors that a palace coup was being planned to remove the current speaker, and a lot of people suffered casualties. A lot of people are suspended, having served some number of almost 90 days or thereabout. Their suspension was sustained again for almost a year. Now they are there. So that's what they brought. Now, in the course of this political struggle of who get what, when, where, now it leads to the speaker somehow was said to have absconded from sitting for over 120 days. And the constitution required that if you absent from sitting for over 120 days, then your seat could be declared vacant. So the speaker duly received that report and declared the seat vacant. So that was what happened. And now it was communicated to INEC, and INEC dutifully gave a date for the by-election, which was 19th of June, and it took place. Now, the election that took place, you have 5 parties in the election, and those 5 parties includes the AD, African Democratic Party, ADC, African Democratic Congress, PDP, APC, PRP. Now, the main, actually, PRP makes some good showing, some significant showing, even if it didn't make any victory, but some significant showing, very well. So
close to 306 votes.
Yes. So coming to the election itself, the results, the PDP got 9,113 votes, APC 7,404 votes. So you have, imagine, 1,709 based on my own calculation on these figures. But to me, this doesn't call for celebration. Why? If you look at the total number of registered voters, you have 128,051 voters. 128,051 voters, estimated registered voters in that very constituency, which has 7 wards. Now, with this, if you look at the results, a calculation of 9,000 of the PDP and 7,000 of the APC, you have 16,772 votes. You know, I do not take note of either cancel vote or void vote, but they should be insignificant. Now, if you look at, it is about 14% that voted, meaning that 86% of the people registered voters didn't vote. What happened? Is it voter apathy? Is it because they feel that the election will not make any sense? You know, going to queue under the sun or under the rain to vote. At the end, you have a different result. You not what do you expect will be something different. That's why they decide. Or they feel that even if we vote these people in, you know, they don't care about us. Things are going on, you know, they're supposed to be our representative. They're supposed to take care of our own concern, table them before the House, and then, of course, any law, any policy that's been thrown out by the government, either the executive, the judiciary, whatever, I mean, the same legislature, the executive, any policy that concerns them that is not okay, these people should be able to defend them, but it's more like they have lost hope. Because if you look at some of the policies that are going on in the state, you've never had a pin from the House of Assembly members saying anything. So it's more like we don't have a legislature, a legislative arm of government. You only have executive. So it's more like, in my own understanding, because we have to look at this thing, we're in a democratic dispensation, we are partners, we are stakeholders in this democracy. So we have to look at things, we don't just have to look at it in the eye of APC and PDP, which are the dominant parties. No, we should look at how can this democracy strive. You know, how can we make progress? From 1999 to 2021 now, 22 years of practicing democracy. In 1999, you could see there was high expectation and people came out with great enthusiasm to vote, to participate in the election. But the votes, the number of votes continued to shrink, continued to reduce. Percentage by percentage, you know, in geometric progression, on the negative. It's not telling on our democracy. Now, come to talk about this difference, 1,709 votes, which the PDP was able to defeat the APC. To me, I don't see, it doesn't call for any celebration. Why do I say so? Now, if you look at the whole of Zone 1, 8 local government, there's no, you have all the big wigs of the PDP. You have the 2-time governor of Kaduna State, Ame Mohamed Makarfi. You have the former governor, architect Mohamed Namadi Sambo, who was equally later again vice president. You know, you have the former governor again, 3 governors, Ramalan Yero, you know, then you have Senator Suleiman Hunkui. You know, you have a whole lot of them. So if you have these 5 people, Ame Makarfi, Akitaman, Namadi Sando, Suleiman Hunkui, Mokhtar Ramalan Yero, you know, and this is only what you can get, 1,709 votes to defeat APC. What are they doing? You understand?
Now again, Ango, you just giving me another line here. Now, let me first say that INEC conducted this election.
Yes.
All right. And so are we likely to see a difference with elections being conducted by INEC? And of course, we talk about the state electoral, elections being conducted.
Before I come to that, now you see, the reason why I'm saying this result, the 1,709 votes that PDP took to defeat the APC, it doesn't call for celebration.
Are you leaving something out here? Because yes, you are saying wait,
yes.
Ango, it is not yet Uhuru, as you are saying,
yes,
for the PDP. But is this a propeller of participating in future elections?
Of course, it should be a propeller if the opposition PDP is able to take the advantage. It's more like a golden opportunity, a golden opening, so to say. If they're able to take that opportunity, and that's where it led me to where the point I'm still trying to make. We are faced with the local government coming ahead August 14th.
Yes.
I'll come to that. Now, if you look at the reason why I'm saying there's no it doesn't make any impact. If the PDP would do all this big week, three-time former governors, former vice president, and Senator Hunkui, and a whole lot of others like that. Is this what they can show? Because they are the one controlling the party. The person that became the party chairman, all the political gerrymandering, whatever, everything circle within them. And again, Issa Ashuru, the former PDP governorship candidate in 2019. You understand? So everything circle. All these people. They are the ones who decide who is who get what in PDP in Kaduna. So and now this is the only vote they can show up to say this thing. But again, it's something that calls for celebration. Why? Because in the 2019 election, you saw a total sweep of the whole Zone 3. No any PDP showing. Even councillorship. One councillorship was said to have been won, was it in Makarfi, but later on, it was taken off. So even Makarfi himself, even a councillorship, let alone House of Assembly, in the House of Assembly election, everything, the 2019 general election, when I monitor it, there was allegation of underhand bargaining between the APC, the PDP chieftain, that is talking of Muhammad Makarfi and others, with the PDP, and which led to the PDP to lose the election. That was a strong allegation. It went around within even the traditional newspaper, the social media, and it was bandied around. They were left for counter defense and on this and that. So for them to prove this allegation wrong, now the local government election is coming. So this is when they have to work hard and prove that all this allegation that was made that there was underhand, dealing with the APC, with RFI APC, which made them to sell out the PDP to the APC. They should be able to prove it with the local government election. Now, I say it's an opening. It's an opening in the sense that the local government election was built to have been conducted to be conducted June 5th. However, due to some issues from SECOM, as a result of, the election, non-availability of election materials, the election was postponed to August 14. To me, it's thank goodness. Why? Because if the election had been conducted before the House Assembly by-election and APC won the election, we wouldn't see any difference. So now, INEC has, the election was postponed and INEC election came, and this is a neutral umpire. It conducted this House Assembly election, and the opposition party won. Now, it defeated the ruling party. The ruling party is the SECOM is under the ruling APC in the state. So election is coming. So we are waiting to see how would SECOM fare. If INEC is able to conduct this election in the stronghold of the APC, remember, Erufai is from Zaria. Remember again, this big week. In Zone 1, you have Senator Suleiman Abdul Kwari. You have the House of Rep member, Honorable Deti Garba Mohammed. You have the Special Advisor Intergovernmental Affairs to the Governor, El-Rufai. You have the local government chairman. All they are under APC. I remember this Intergovernmental Affairs, Special Advisor Intergovernmental Affairs. It was that same position that Ubasani joined as Special Advisor Political and Intergovernmental Affairs. You know how powerful that position is. You know, which gave a lift for Ubasani to go to the Senate. So that position is very powerful. All these people line up 1, 2, 3, 4, and others like that. You know, they are in this very, and the governor himself. You know, so, and that's why when the governor was campaigning, you know, he had this confidence in him. In fact, which led him, you know, he was saying that, he even said that PDP has never won election in Sabongari. So, and that they should try. But it comes to even the point that if the governor said the PDP has never won election in Sabongari local government, now you have this record, because here I'm here to talk with facts. In 1999 to 2002, you have this Major Abdullahi who won election in PDP to the House of Reps. And you remember after one crisis like that, you know, the man was killed along Goningora Road. I think he was coming from Abuja.
Yes.
Yes. So now, Honorable Suleiman Abdul Kwari replaced him in a by-election from 2002 to 2003. The same Suleiman Abdul Kwari is now in the Senate. And he won the election under PDP. Yes, that same Suleiman Abdul Kwari again won election as chairman of Sabongari local government under PDP. Now, from 2003 to 2007, Sani Shaban took over under AMPP. Later, of course, he contested for governorship. Then from 2007 to 2011, you have Honorable Deti Garba Mohammed under AMPP. I think from there, CPC and APC came. Of course, he had been under the opposition party. But to tell you, from 1999 to 2003, it was PDP that was in the district. And of course, in the House of Assembly again, PDP had Shehu Adamu, who was a House of Assembly member in 1999 to 2003. Then he was appointed commissioner, and Nasiri Idi Kano took over. Then you have Deti, the current member, who took over from 2003 to 2007. Then he went to the House of Reps. Then he went to the House of Reps. So PDP has won election in Sabongari. So now, do we say El-Rufai is peddling fake news or what? If you say PDP has never won election, and then is he trying to say that the election that PDP won within this time, within those period of time that we've made under review that we've mentioned, is he trying to say that INEC rigged the election? INEC rigged the election in favor of PDP? So meaning that those in APC who are occupying position under APC within the Sabongari constituency within this period, after this period, probably we'll hear somebody will come to say, or under the conduct of INEC, we'll hear somebody will come to say, if they change ship, we'll hear somebody come to say that APC has never won election. And will it be true when these are the facts?
I'm sure that
is it fake news?
We can put all of this on the.
And then in the campaign, of course, El-Rufai said that the people should not vote, should not bring in Corona. They should not vote PDP. He referred to PDP as Corona. Now, I term that as hate speech. Is there anything hate speech more than that? Do you know the effect of Corona? How many people have Corona killed in the US? Over in the last, when I was going through, I was editing some of the news. Over this, the US has surpassed 600,000 people that have been killed by Corona. And the US had never felt it this way. Now, this is the India of Corona. It is within this Corona that everything ground to a halt. Even the schools, they miss a whole academic session. Up to now, we are still battling with it. Now you refer to people as Corona. Is it not hate speech? So how do you define hate speech? And who should be crucified for hate speech?
Man of speech there.
We should look at this.
We should look at it. But again, let me refer you again to Issa Ashiru, under the PDP 2019 elections, and with what he said after, the by-elections, results of the by-elections in Zaria, he had come out to say that it is the people protesting, that this administration of the APC has not done them, good. And he said, referred to all the reforms as a hardship that the people had gone through, taking away businesses of people, and making life hard for them, that this the result of what the Zaria by-elections had, the result of it had done to the people. When you look at that, your own assessment of it, that again, is this a telling point or a telling story for future elections in Kaduna State?
Yeah, let me try to, when I talk, I want to use issues that are on ground, not my own opinion. Now, laying credence to what you're saying.
What Issa Ashiru said.
Yeah, yes. What you are referring to.
Yes.
The reference you are making on what Issa Ashiru said. You see, there's a song currently trending on the social media. The song is saying, Babban labari, Kaduna ta rikice, babu salary, an kori ma'aikaci. You understand? And it is saying that there are no elders that can intervene, and that there are no elders in Kaduna that can intervene with all the high-handed policies that are ongoing. People are being sacked, arbitrary increase of hike in school fees. Even those who are sacked, they've not been able to get their pension. They are not been able to get their entitlement. I remember following the commissioner for local government, who is the representative of the governor at the negotiation between the NLC and the Kaduna civil servants. After the protest, I remember following him in try to clarify things. Yeah, I agree that because you have some issues which made some of the people not to have received their entitlement. Meaning that it is true. So all these things are going on, and the sacking and everything, nobody is saying anything. If we say nobody is saying anything, look at the House of Assembly, who's supposed to checkmate. We have supposed to have three arms of government. They're supposed to check each other: the executive, the legislature, and judiciary. But the House of Assembly, you don't hear anything. Most of the laws that are being thrown out in the House of Assembly, most of them they are executive bills. And we learn that any bill that goes to the House, it goes with either a copy or two copies. The copy and the one copy for the allegedly for the speaker. After the law is met, it's sent back to the governor. Nobody has any copy. Example, which I'll bring in point. In the course of my reporting this local government election, the opposition party raised an uproar in respect of the law that we use in conducting the election. SECOM first, second announcement and the postponement. They used the 2018 local government law, SECOM law, to announce the election timetable. But the last postponement, the 2021 local government law was used. And they are wondering, is postponement not announcing the election timetable, which take a period of 3 months, 90 days? So it is just an opening. So how will you use a different law? And meanwhile, the political parties, they don't have access to this law. And this law is saying that it may in this law, there's provision that in any local government, in any area where there's crisis, an election is not conducted, is not concluded, the governor, the assembly gives the governor the power to appoint sole administrator. And the opposition is kicking against it. Now, look at it. At the national level, for example, if INEC should give the president the power when INEC is conducting election, governorship election, and if there is crisis, for example, in Kaduna, in some of the local government here in Chikun, or in some of the part of Chikun, election could not be conducted in 2019, even 2015, because of this takeover of bandits. And now the National Assembly will give the president the power where elections did not take place. Sole administration should be announced for the state. Would the governor be happy? No. So why should this one happen? Now, if you look at what happened in Chikun local government, where election took place for the last local government election in 2018, where 2 members of the ruling parties were caught with election result. Result sheet And of course, it went around because whatever I'm talking, I talk with facts. It's issues I'm talking about. It's there in the social media, in the YouTube. You can Google, you see it. You know, they were the House of Assembly member under Chukun and the House of Rep member under Igabi local government, Mamadi and Iari. They were caught with resort sheet. In fact, it took the timely intervention of the security to save them. They would have been lynched. Now, that they were the same people from opposition party caught with a result sheet trying to interfere in the election conduct. But at the end, what happened? A result was not announced, and a caretaker was appointed for the local government instead of giving the people what they voted for, and that's why it's causing the voter apathy. Now, with this kind of environment, excuse is being looked at so that you appoint sole administrator. If this law, the same law is going to be used, and you have crisis either initiated by the ruling party, an election is not, because if they see it's not their stronghold, the stronghold of the opposition party, and they initiated crisis, and election is not concluded, a sole administrator will be appointed, and he will be from the ruling party. So would that make sense? No, and it brings to the point. We are looking onto SECOM, the new chairman. I've said the chairman which have been reappointed, Dr. Saratu Diko. You know, these issues were on ground when the political parties and stakeholders raised the observation that you said you are conducting election with electronic voting machine, and that any vote that is cast would go straight to the central server at SECOM. If there is any crisis, anybody who is trying to snatch ballot paper, ballot box, it won't make any sense because the result goes to the central server. And if there's anything, we'll remove the result. But when this issue of Chukun came, Kajuru, Jaba, and Kaura, we asked, why don't you demonstrate what you practicalize what you demonstrated during the demonstration of electronic voting before the election to the political parties in sensitization and awareness by taking the result from the server and declared. You know, it's like it appeared the woman, you know, she heaved and shake like this. It's like she didn't have the wherewithal. You know, it's more like the spirit is willing, but the body is weak.
Okay,
so she couldn't do otherwise. She just said, well, two people declare as claiming winner. So the election tribunal should be able to handle that. But what happened to what you said when you know you are demonstrating the electronic voting machine?
Okay.
So and now petition came against her, and thankfully she was being cleared. So let's see whether she will come and demonstrate a new leaf.
The program is Perspectives this morning, and we're looking at the by-elections that took place in Sabongari local government area of Zaria, Kaduna State. It was on the 19th of June, and the outcome of it, you know, it shows very clearly that, you know, INEC that conducted the elections declared Alhaji Usman Baba of the PDP winner with 9,113 votes. And of course, coming close behind to him is Malam Musa of the APC with 7,404 votes. Now, we did an analysis here with my, you know, our in-house political scientist Angu Badi on the pointers, what this may tell about the stories of elections to come, you know, in 2023, and not forgetting that Sabongari local government stronghold of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, and so much they had said before the elections. Now, are we having pointers to say that all is not, all may not be in order for the ruling party? We'll come back after this break.
We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. Victor FM.
Welcome back. Is the program Perspectives this morning, and looking at taking a peep at what just happened on Saturday, June 19th, in Sabongari local government in Zaria, Kaduna State, where, you know, the PDP candidate. That's talking about Alhaji Usman Baba was declared winner of the elections, and so many things, coming up on why this was so. The elections was conducted by INEC, and of course, at the end of it, 9,113 for Alhaji Usman Baba, and 7,404 going to Malam Musa of the APC. Now, that's 1,709 difference in votes. And we're asking the questions, this is a stronghold of, the ruling party, the APC, and knowing that Governor Nasir El-Rufai also comes from this constituency. Now, so many questions being asked. What happened to the urban renewal that we see and can attest to in 3 zones of the state? We're talking about Kafanchan, we're talking about Kaduna and Zaria. Now, where we see all of this.
And Zaria is part of the Sabongari.
Sabongari is part of Zaria. Yes.
The urban renewal
and then we're also asking the question that the facelift going in Kaduna, never we've seen this for a very, very long time, and we're also talking about urban renewal here. We're talking about so much that this administration is, putting into Kaduna State, and why one would have thought all along that Zaria could have just, Sabongari local government could have just been a done deal for the ruling party. But that changed. And so we're asking the question that are we not seeing, what this administration is doing, and is this, a sign of, do all that you can, but we have where our hearts, where to put our money, and where our hearts lies. And so for you, Angobali, for all of this that has shown face, are you again saying that the people have not responded to so much that has been given to them?
Mr. Alabi, give it to Rufai in respect of infrastructural development, in particular the urban renewal, which he has it in his heart. There are 4 major aspects of this urban renewal in Kaduna, in particular the Kaduna urban renewal. You look at the police college roundabout road express being done to open up the 5th River Kaduna Bridge to link up with Banawa. That work is ongoing. A total of 10 pillars into 2, making it 20. I went there, I saw progress work. I guess by the end of this month, all the pillars will be through. And it's about laying the whole thing. And it will be a whole. Of course, the road cut across, like I said, to Police College roundabout. Another one again, link up straight to Kigo Road to Magajingari and link with Katsina roundabout. That's a very good thing, and it will leave El-Rufai in the diary, in the record when he left Kaduna, when he through his tenure. Then the other one, Leventis roundabout flyover, is a beauty to behold. Discongest the traffic there. You go to Arewa Junction, where a road completely a new one, linking the Western Bypass to the train station in Rigasa, and it will connect again to Eastern Bypass through the Millennium City. Work is ongoing there to an appreciable percentage. You talk about the Kao flyover, standard, world standard quality is a beauty to behold by the time it is true. You could just see one flyover was commissioned in Adama, and it is said it was celebrated that it is the first flyover in the whole of Northeast. I don't know if that is true, because that's what the report said. If that is true, then Kaduna has a lot to appreciate when El-Rufai is able to, when he's through with some of this project. Then you go to Zaria. I went to Kafanchan. Everything started with me, and we've been monitoring the progress work and the urban renewal in Kaduna, in Kafanchan. It's ongoing. It will help. It is bringing a new face to Kafanchan. And the concept is that, everything, the government want to discongest population, concentration of people in Kaduna. If Zaria is open, Kafanchan is open, there are some things that you don't have to come to Kaduna capital. In Kafanchan, you can take care of it to open, and other ancillary local governments, the economic activity will pick up there. The same thing with Zaria. You don't have to come to Kaduna. It's a very good thing. Now, Sabon Gari is part of Zaria. Just a thin line you cross. But why is urban renewal not having the effect? I talk about the sacking, the mass sack of civil servants, arbitrary hike in school fee. Somebody who was paying 26,000, now you are asking to pay 150,000, or the one who was paying 200,000 for a course, you are asking to pay 500,000. One lift, you do not even increase it step by step, and you want the person to just accept it. He shouldn't say anything when the people are protesting. He claimed them. Look at the label who are protesting for the sack of workers who have not been paid. He claimed on them, the same person that joined the Nigeria Labour Congress in 2012 to march against fuel price increase. He was with them. They were his darling. He was outside the loop. It was okay, and the government tolerated him. Now the same person that is churning out policies that are not favorable to the people. The same Labour Congress came out to protest. The same person came out again and declared them wanted, and he's charging them to court. Now look at the federal government try to see how to intervene so that the thing will not escalate to other states, because Labour, as unified as they are across the country, if anything affect Kaduna, it affect other Labour members across the country. They can decide if they use Nupeng and tankers drivers, everything all over the country, it will affect. To avoid that, the federal government said through the Ministry of Labour, let's come and negotiate. The governor sent a delegation represented by the Commissioner of Local Government, Jafar Osani, and an MOU was signed that those who participated in the strike will not be punished or victimized. Will not be victimized. But they all appended to that agreement. But when they came back, what happened? 18 staff of CASU were sacked and others like that. You understand? The governor in his last media chat said he sacked 90 of his 8 political 8. The people are saying this is just theoretical sacking. We've not seen them in paper. What are their names? Let us know. And some are even blaming the people. Why do you just accept something hook, line, and sinker without asking? Who are these people? Show us now. The other time you show us, was it 19 people? We saw them. So show the other one that formed the 19 number person. Now coming to the issue why, despite the urban renewal, you see, policies that are not human, it doesn't have human feeling, that don't have human feeling in them. Of course, people are bound to react. People are hungry. I had in my own program, The Polity, you could hear the reaction of the people. The Emir of Zazzau recently went it was turn of the kidnapping to go to Zaria. What happened? He came out crying. Zaria is under siege. You need to serve us. There's hunger. People cannot go to the farm. And upon this, what the song is saying, with this hunger, people cannot go to the farm, and school hike and everything. Now you are sacking people. Where can the people get the money? Go around the market. People are complaining. If you listen to most of this Hausa Political Magazine program, people are complaining seriously. They have people cannot come to buy because there's no money. People are being sacked, no money. In fact, as I discussed with somebody this morning, he said up to now there are some civil servants under the teacher service board. They have not been paid salary. And all of this could just. So I'm working on this. I'm making my own investigation to be able to confirm if this is true. That some are not been paid. Now we don't have enough time. Where they don't have money, so people can react. And the PDP, like you said, the PDP who are supposed to take advantage of this opening, they don't seem to be serious. There's no opposition, and that's why you hear the Commissioner for Internal Security every time he comes. He says there's no opposition in Kaduna. It is true. There's no opposition. We'll just give they're not serious. One or two calls. If anybody, let's take one or two calls and see, as a matter of, sampling opinions about the by-elections in Sabon Gari local government area, and how it turned out to be in favor of the PDP, a stronghold of the APC, capitulating to, the PDP. Let's get your calls on 081 40,001
989 or 070-87-800-989.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Good morning. Quickly.
Morning. Manuel.
Yes.
Your guest has. You see what happened in Sabongani is exactly what is going to happen come 2016. Because it's obvious. You can't come out and say, the trade that is going on, that somebody that will succeed in 2023 will demolish more. After telling the people this, and you expect that they will vote his party into power, it's not possible.
Okay.
So
right.
I think what happened is a wake-up call for them. Let them know that the people are fed up with them.
All right, Engineer
Good morning.
We got you. Thank you. We'll stay up with another call. Hello, good morning.
A very good morning.
Yes.
My Uncle Valley, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Uncle Valley, I've said it all. I'm Kure by name.
Okay, cool.
Honestly, APC have made us what we are today. But nevertheless, that election, by-election in Zaria, is just a nearby thing. They have not seen anything. I keep on pleading with them. If that's the thing they promise us, honestly, we are in last chance, as they say it. Let them take us back to 2015. I think we'll appreciate it more than now.
Okay.
You start paying, you increase school fees. How are we going to get it and pay? So they shouldn't be telling us all these stories. Honestly, they've just seen, that's just the beginning of that election.
Kure,
if
all right. We got you on that. Kure, still can squeeze in one or two calls. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Atoyalavi.
Good morning.
Thank you very much. My name is Musa, and I congratulate the PDP and I congratulate APC more for allowing the election to hold. And there's no any complaint that democracy is under threat. Well, my first assignment I want from this man is to challenge, when he comes to the assembly, let him challenge the governor on the increase on these school fees to prove that yes, it's from the opposition. And lastly, please, there is no seat in Zaria. I was in Zaria yesterday. Zaria, there was an attack in Zaria, and people go to farm in all parts of the country.
Okay.
When we want to complain, there is no point generalizing what is not true, please. Good morning.
All right, okay. And yes, I'll squeeze in one more. This caller is still on the air. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Alobi.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Job International.
Hey, Job, let's hear you.
Yes, what I want to say here is that Oyoyo, PDP, Oyoyo, we have to go back to our promised land. Thank you and God bless.
Oh, okay. Well, we all, all the callers are, almost on
Yes, we lack time. Going straight. Musa Bola talked that there's no. Is it implying that there's no? He said there's no siege. If we say siege, it doesn't mean that no movement in Zaria now. If we're saying we are trying to explain how bad the situation is, or does it mean that what is saying? It doesn't mean that the emir was giving us fake news or what? The emir he spoke on the traditional media. Everybody monitors it. So it's practical. People from Nuba Mali, were kidnapped in ABU, in all different areas in Zaria. It's a practical thing. So now Engineer Emmanuel said, the Governor Erufai said the person that in his media chat, the person that would take over from him will demolish more than him. In fact, he's even just doing press up, warming up. I don't understand. Is the governor trying to tell us that he will decide who will be his successor without the people deciding? Is voting, is election not going to take place? Is the governor? Is Governor Erufai?
Matter of opinion here.
Yeah, of course.
What's wrong with that?
He said I monitor it very well. The media chat he did, and I'm making reference to. I'm answering what.
Yes, I'm just putting it to.
Yes.
That's his
and
opinion.
We are saying with this statement, is the governor trying to tell us that he has already concluded who will take over and he will decide his successor, and not the people to decide who's supposed to be election? It's no more democracy, and that's why people are saying that with what that is going on, if a quarter of this thing is taking place, if the APC were in opposition, the PDP would have been long gone. And that's why we're saying there's no opposition in Kaduna. If a quarter of this thing is going on, and half, and a full of this thing is going on, and the opposition appear to be sleeping, So, do you see anything? What happened in Zaria? I just feel the people just want to express their grievances. It's not that PDP. To me, they voted for personalities, not party. They voted for personalities. So, and in a way of expressing their grievances on all these bad policies, inhuman policies, as in the people who see them. So, not that they voted for PDP. I want PDP to take the challenge. The local government election is coming, August 14. The PDP should be able to prove us that this election that took place in Sabongari, that they are the one that won the election, and not the people voting personality. It is the local government election they are going to show us. In the 20 local government election, what happened? Even McCarthy, the former governor, could not win his local government, McCarthy. Ashiru Kudan, the PDP candidate for 2019 governorship election, he couldn't win it. And Hunkwi, you have the governorship, you have Hunkwi, who was a sitting senator. He couldn't win the local government election. Neither could they win the House of Assembly. If you are saying that this one was conducted by APC government, now the House of Assembly and others were conducted by INEC. That's why it is conducted now. They could not win it. So what are they doing? So with concentration of how many governors? 4 McCarthy, Namadi Sambo, Taramala Yero, within a stretch of Sabongari, Zaria, but McCarthy. McCarthy is in the McCarthy local government. Ramalan is in Zaria. Namadi is in Zaria. 2 governors and former vice president in Zaria, 1 local government. A thin line between Zaria and Sabongari and McCarthy, a stone throw. All of them could not deliver one single councillor in the whole of the zone 1. But they are the one deciding who should be what, who takes what, who gets what in the PDP. You understand? And they call themselves opposition.
This calls for
the underground dealing that was alleged to have taken place. I believe, many people believe it happened, but it leaves the onus lies on them to prove it wrong. For me, I still believe there is no opposition in Kaduna. Okay. And they need to prove it in the local government, in the August 14 local government.
Okay, yes. We'll hold on to that.
So they got this by chance.
We'll hold on to that. Angubali,
so it's a challenge for them.
Political, scientists and
of course the people are looking to who will give them hope. The opposition PDP is supposed to be giving people hope that with what is going on, with these policies that people are crying of.
Could this just be a wake up from your slumber? This telling on the PDP.
Probably, but they live to prove it right. To prove it right that it is true in the local government election. But for me, it's not. It's just by chance.
Okay, that's about the size of perspectives this morning, and my colleague, political scientist and in-house analyst Angubali, there with us. Job, thank you for connecting us with the people this morning, and Wisdom, thank you for putting us in the pictures. There's more to be said on this, by-elections, and what it has done for all the parties involved, and what we may likely see with elections, the local government elections coming on August 14th, and of course looking to 2023, all that can show with what has been happening or what is happening in the country. We'll come back with perspectives tomorrow. Good morning.